You know, there's one problem that hits every single one of us every single day, no matter if you're a billionaire or just getting by. It's the one idea that the entire world of economics is built on.
So I want you to think about this for a second. What's that one fundamental limit that even the richest person on Earth just can't buy their way out of?
That's it. One word: scarcity. It's this universal truth that forces all of us to make choices. And it's literally the reason the whole field of economics even has to exist.
Okay, so let's dig in. To really get a handle on economics, you have to start right here with scarcity. Everything else, and I mean everything, is just a response to this one core problem.
So, what are we actually talking about here? Well, scarcity is basically this constant tug of war. On one side, you have us humans, and we have unlimited wants and desires. On the other side, the resources to actually make all that stuff, the materials, the people, the time, they're all limited. There's always going to be a gap between what we want and what we can possibly get.
Now, this is a super important point, so let's get it straight. Scarcity is not the same thing as a shortage. A shortage, that's temporary. You know, like when a store runs out of the hot new video game console. That gets resolved. But scarcity is permanent. It's the basic fact of life that we will never, ever have enough of everything to satisfy everyone all at once.
So what are these limited resources? Well, economists call them the factors of production. We're talking about a finite amount of land and natural resources, a limited number of people to do the work. And then, of course, the big one, the ultimate scarce resource that no one can get more of: time. Okay, so that's the supply side. It's limited. But what about our wants? Aw, man, they just keep on growing. Think about it. Just 100 years ago, nobody wanted a smartphone or a Netflix subscription because they didn't exist. Innovation is constantly creating new things for us to desire. And as people get more money, they don't just stop wanting things. They just start wanting newer, better, different things. It never ends. All right, so if our resources are limited and our wants are unlimited, what happens? What's the logical result? Well, it forces us to choose. And every single choice we make introduces one of the most powerful concepts in all of economics. It's like this unbreakable chain of logic. It's a simple three-step dance. Because scarcity is real, we absolutely must make choices. And because we have to make choices, every single decision comes with a kind of hidden price tag. And that hidden price is called opportunity cost. Now listen, this isn't about the money you spend. It's all about what you didn't choose. It's the value of the road not taken. It's the next best thing you had to give up to get the thing you wanted. Let's make this concrete. Imagine a city government has enough money in its budget for one big project. They look at all their options and they decide, okay, we're building a new hospital. What's the real cost of that decision? It's the brand new school that they can no longer afford to build. The opportunity cost of that hospital is all the value the community lost out on by not having that new school. It's a direct, unavoidable trade-off. And that, right there, just hits the nail on the head. That's the core dilemma. Every choice, whether it's what you're going to have for lunch or how a nation spends billions of dollars, involves a trade-off. You just can't have it all. So let's zoom out a bit. If every single one of us has to make these choices, that means every society has to as well. And that leads to some really, really big questions that have to be answered. Because of scarcity, every society on the planet, I don't care how big or how small, has to figure out the answers to these three fundamental questions. Number one, what are we going to make with our limited stuff? Number two, how are we going to make it? And number three, this is a big one, once it's made, who gets it? And let's be crystal clear here. The only reason we even have to debate these tough questions is because of scarcity. If we lived in some fantasy world without it, we could just make unlimited amounts of everything for everybody. Problem solved. But, well, that's not the world we live in. So, how do societies actually go about answering these questions? Well, that's where you get different economic systems. At their core, they're just different strategies for dealing with the exact same universal problem of scarcity. You can really break it down into two main approaches. On one hand, you have market economies, where prices and what you and I choose to buy send signals about what's valuable. The goal is profit, which can be really efficient, but it can also lead to inequality. On the other hand, you have command economies, where a central government or planner decides everything. They follow a big plan, but that often leads to major inefficiencies and, ironically, shortages. So here is the bottom line, and this is so important to remember.
No system, not capitalism, not communism, not anything in between, can actually make scarcity disappear. All they are is just a different set of rules for managing a reality that we can't escape. At the end of the day, scarcity always wins. And please, don't think for a second this is some dusty old concept from a textbook. Scarcity is more relevant today than ever before. In our modern world, maybe the most fought-over scarce resource is your attention. Companies are literally fighting for a slice of it. We're also facing huge scarcities of things like clean air, skilled AI programmers, and the incredible amount of computing power needed to run our world. And that really brings us full circle, doesn't it? The entire reason we study economics, the reason politicians debate policies, the reason we have markets at all, it's all just an attempt to manage this world of limited resources and unlimited dreams. If scarcity didn't exist, we wouldn't even need economics. So I'm going to leave you with this thought. The average person gets about 26,000 days on this planet. That's it. That's your budget. Time is your most precious, most non-renewable, most scarce resource. So the real economic question you have to answer every single day is, how are you going to spend it?